Good day, good people. So they're finding the year of the Paradigm, Tuning Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalacars. Funomi is the man who is about to burn it down. But to most time, the United States Aviator here for another episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. It's the Find the Imposter season. We're back in Brand Steel with tag team action. Now, you guys have been very good in singles action finding these imposters. However, tag teams may have gotten you guys stumped. And we'll talk about it as we go on with our episode. Today, it's a very fire-themed episode because, it's time to, stand by the fireplace, get all warm and cozy as the colder months sweep through. So we're going to burn it down tonight. So we got some fiery-themed characters or some teams that, inspire fiery thoughts. So let's start off with our new tag team champion, Stronger Together. For Mondo today, we have Chihiro, and So, Stop, Look, and Listen, Sophie, and Ibuki, What I Go to School For, Chisa, and Nightwing, Little Demons, Monica, and Klee. Shrimp Fried Ice, Aiba, Teru, Anything for Her, Izioi, Renmaru, Smells Like Team Spirit, Sonia, Kizzy, Devotees, Mikon, and Monica, Racket of Psalm, Ryoma, and Panette, Wolfpack, Gonta, and Pandreos, GameStop, Chiaki, and Gaming. Disappearing Act, Himiko, and Lenny. Great Anime Bake Off. Every time I said this team, I almost said the Great British Bake Off, you know what I'm saying? Mahiru and Mai. Reading Rainbow, Hutao, and Hero. All Grown Up. Crazy Oak Extra Large, Mizuki Extra Large. And School of Rock sees Leon, Reiko, Exotic Animals, Rantaro, Tiki, Mocktails, Mixers, Ice, Samugi, and Bernice, Pimps, Mafia, Kazuichi, and Fuyiko, sparring partners, Sakura, and Moko, Override, Kibo, and Anefa, Talent Agency, Miss Maiko, and On, Divine Blades, Munakana, and Cassius Bright, Fighting Females, Katoko, and Tinko. Find the Traitor, which you guys still, in the midst of doing, Nagito and Von Karma, as told by Ginger. We have Masaru and Sara, Art is Suffering, Monophony, and Tsubasa, Bloodfall. Maki, Izuru, Kiss of Death, Sato, and Casterus. Yehoda's Witnesses, Yehoda and Angie, Yin, Yang, Yo, and this is where we come back to our, a little bit of mystery. You guys got some work to do. Last episode, there were no correct guesses between these 6 competitors who remain for these teams. So, we'll see how it all plays out tonight. You will get some more clues. Maybe there'll be, potential genders. Maybe you'll hear some more songs. Maybe you'll see some images. I'm unsure. Keep your eyes peeled as the episode goes on. But that being said, make your picks in the comments first, second, and third in terms of your teams. But before you do that, we should do our due diligence. Huh? And you know what? In theme of the episode, I do have a little candle. I was about to say, this is a hickory apple candle. Man, it is good. I have come to learn that I really love a good apple scent. Last time Chaos did reign, not via the wheel, but mid-episode, so Chaos still reigned. And as we spin the wheel again, it goes all the way back down to 5%. But remember, there are co-agents of chaos, and so while Stop, Look, and Listen spin the first time, and order remains. We've seen it hit at 5% before. In fact, I think it's happened 2 times before. Will it hit at 10? Let's find out. What I Go to School For is now spinning that wheel round, and yeah, we're good. Order absolutely remains today. No titles on the line unless it rains mid-episode again, which is a possibility. But it is not a certainty right here, right now, because make your picks first, second, third. I thought about the question before I actually pulled up into the comments, and I'd actually made my decision not too long ago. So as I go through your comments from last time, I asked you about picking a fictional weapon that you would like to either master or wield or just have that would be really cool. And there were some really fun answers last time, so let's talk about it. AKA Let Me Talk to You. This is the Let Me Talk to You little section of the episode. Also, Fracture is tonight. I gotta keep that in mind because it's a whole different vibe. Dirk Madison hosting it. Sundavy's still, he'll be alright. He's gonna be okay. Also, OC action for the Danganronpa Hunger Games will be starting very soon, starting this December, so keep your eyes peeled. Last episode, if I could, YouTube Studio would do the good things. There we go. Goodness gracious. It was doing its thing. Anywho, I asked you guys about fancy weapons, and you guys said many of things. That being said, Dragon Force Star did call last episode where the imposter Monokuma won the game by leaving and coming back, and that was our first imposter win of the season. When we see another one today, is $1 million question. Let me see, Jags fan, who had a birthday last Friday. So, you know, I didn't say it in the episode because, you know, I didn't know. But I said in the comments. But once again, happy belated birthday. I hope your last Friday for your birthday was fantastic. Video game weapon, though. Give me a Smash Ball from Smash Bros. If that counts. That counts. That counts. I guess you would charge up your ultimate. You would be, like, infused with that kind of rainbow energy. Opening. Predicted Ninja, but Monty Mole is funnier. It was very cool. Maxio inquired about the Mario Party die, which is somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't even know what that was all about. I mean, I don't have to be coy about it. I know what it was all about. It was a hint for Monty Mole, who is a playable character in Mario Party. Regardless, Glove Boy, who said the knife gloves from Dead Rising 2. My answer's similar, actually. Kind of similar. That's the closest one I think that's similar to mine. Lion, who says 2. Either Miasma from Fear and Hunger or Hugo's Scythe case from ZZZ. I do like the Scythe case. Let me see. Let me see what we got. An RIP Spooky from Kotoko. Poco, who said, Yukari's bow never seems to fail me except for when it does, but we don't talk about that. No, we talk about it. Let me talk to you. Cherry hearing, you know, no music, but, you know, did pick up on the clue of the Mario die. Dragon Force Czar, who said favorite weapon. There's a character introduced in Cold Steel that has kind of a scythe axe. That does sound pretty dope. That does sound pretty dope. An axe that attaches at the head on a chain for distance and potentially trapping enemies, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Can't lie. And then Kat, who says, you asked this channel's resident Ito-ling. Oh gosh, no. I'm sorry, Ito, not Ito. Two very different characters. Not the same at all. Same hair color though. Same hair color. Resident Ito-ling, what her favorite video game weapon is. Clearly I'm gonna say it's his scythe, which is admittedly a pretty dope scythe. I was never like a huge Call of Duty fan. But I would, you know, back in college, play Black Ops Zombies in my dorm, and I guess in our apartments in college. Just for fun with our roommates and a couple other people sometimes. In that mode, and I don't know if it's in the regular mode, but I'm pretty sure it is. They have these like these electric knuckles, like it's like a shock glove. I was rolling with those things, cause you had to survive like a certain amount of rounds. And if you got those, it could really carry you to like round like 20, like solely on melee if you were like dodging and play your cards right. Yo, I was out here with these shock knuckles. So shock glove or kind of electric knuckles, that's what I'm gonna go with, 1,000,000%. I think that's awesome. I still do. I think about that like sometimes instead of like, love a little shock knuckle, like boom. It was like, oh, you know, I'm here for that. That's my yeah. I was always like, it's gonna be some sort of melee weapon for me. I'm here for that. Anywho. Yeah, I don't know if I have a question, but you know, I'll come up with one, because I do every time, because this is my let me talk to you, it's our fun little moment. Anywho. The holidays are approaching, It's not Thanksgiving for everybody next week. It is for me. So I don't want to like isolate a part of the audience because we do have like a very wide range of people who comment, and that's why I like to ask a lot of these questions. I've said it a lot. I appreciate different points of view from like all over the world, and I think that's kind of neat because I've also learned from you guys a lot of different things from a lot of different parts of the world, and I think that's really awesome. And I'm not sure if I would have had like clearly I could have had that experience. We got the internet at the tip of our hands. I gotta look things up, but like hearing from it from actual people makes it more personable, and that's something I always really just appreciate about this. You know what I mean? This community. But I digress. What kind of question do I want to ask? We asked it. I think we asked a food question, cookies, not too long ago. This was weaponry. Let me ask you. Let me talk to you. If you had to fight I don't want to like if you want to fight, if you had to fight any animal. That being said, you know, maybe we won't go there. Here. What do you think is the biggest animal that you could 1v1 in a fight? That's my $1 million question today. What is the biggest animal you think you could 1v1 in a fight? We're not like talking about going for the kill. We're talking about I could probably survive an encounter with this animal. Because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I could destroy this animal. That's not what we're going for. We were talking about like if this animal were like deranged and it were after you. Because like if I'm thinking out loud, like someone might say like, oh yeah, I could like run away from like some sort of like, I don't know, a cat real small, but like I'm not outrunning a cat. Like, if a cat gets a jump on me, I could probably like push the cat away, but if a cat like gets a claw and like continues clawing, I might be done. I'm tapping out. I'm not winning that fight, you know what I mean? I'll think about that too, but let me know. Put those in the comments. So what animal do you think you could physically, feasibly survive an encounter with? We'll say you're locked in. Yeah, let's say you're locked in like a, okay, let's really set the scene, and I'm only gonna take like 1 more minute to do this. Let's say you're locked in a, and we'll use yards. We'll say like a 30 by 30, maybe not 30 by 30 yards. Yeah, we'll say 10 by 10 yard room or cage, you know? And this animal is after you. What animal do you think you could survive an encounter with for 30 minutes? if it was out for your blood, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think of what the biggest animal I could survive that encounter with is. Has to be a land animal. And don't just say like, oh yeah, I'm fighting a shark, because we're on the ground and I'm gonna fight this shark and I'm gonna win. No, land animal, or you know, you could choose an air animal, but I wouldn't choose any sort of bird or bird of prey because I think I would. Well, I feel like so. Look, I think I'd have to choose like, I don't know. Penguins are not like huge, but I think that might be like one of the larger animals that I'd be like, okay, well I can outrun this penguin for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think if there's anything much bigger than a penguin that I'd be like, oh yeah, I got this. And I don't know if it is. We kind of suck. The only thing we have is opposable thumbs, but that is a big up. That being said, I think my answer is penguin. I could at least survive an encounter for 30 minutes in a 10 by 10 with a penguin. That's free. Pick your animal. Who are you surviving this encounter with? I will start this episode, and you know how we have to do it. We gotta do it like gold. It's always good to see you. I am actually very worried about Asner. We haven't seen Asner in a long time. Regardless. Are you ready? How many times do we roll in this thing? Well, it's not 1, it is not 5, it's not 2, it's not 3. Oh no. You're telling me for the spiciest and most chaotic of all RNG is now 1 time? Not 2 times? Not 3? 4? 5? But for what number usually tends to be the more chaotic of episodes here in Brand Steel, we will resimulate as I sniff my candle one more time. 6 times. Let's do it. No titles on the line for now. We'll see if that changes for later as we proceed to see the horn bearers standing on their podiums. The horns, they are sounds, the horn bearers, and hey, you know, do the thing, sound the horns. I thank you, horn bearers. Big pre-show, but let's start this bad boy. Ryoma finds a huge rocket launcher. Leon was forced to come out of the deepest pit spell for the of the underworld, rather. And he is not happy about this. Azuru runs away from the cornucopia. Mizuki opens a pack of gum as she enters the arena. Pandreo, Gaming, and Sarah suddenly appear from out of nowhere and ask for a piece. The comment section bet all their monocoins on Tsubasa, so Tsubasa better win. It was a good week for Tsubasa fans on the channel. So you know what? Hey, by all means, Tsubasa, go for it. Get your winning, girl. Kibo smashes Hu Tao across the face with a brick, but she shrugs off the blow. Reiko is a superhero, while Dotori is a supervillain. Yep, sounds about right. They have been arch nemesis since the year of the Aviator. Cassius rides into the arena on a flying bison. He is now the Avatar, my boy. Sakura scares Camilla away from the cornucopia. Miss Michael arrives at the arena. Her memory is completely wiped. This whole thing she remembers her name. Kazuichi throws a killer beehive at Rantaro, but when the beeves burst open, they fly for Kazuichi instead and sting him to death. Nagito then kills Sony for supplies. I was gonna say it was a pretty peaceful bloodbath up until that point. We got back-to-back deaths. As Teru realizes, 2 of my classmates have died, and he realizes it don't mean a thing in this endless cycle of despair, so he's gonna live it up. It'd be crazy if, like, you know, he was forced to go through some other timeline, 2x2 coming in 2026. Moko runs over from Cornucopia. Chisa finds a canteen full of water. Lenny clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Bernice is beaten to death with a chair by Nightwing. Jeez Louise. If Panette is an agent of chaos, she's not, and the target champion is still alive. They're not. Chaos reigns. Clean. Reason to believe that any of this is real. Hero takes a loaded shotgun from the supplies. Kizzy can see the pellets approaching and dodges them, all in slow motion. Monica runs away from the cornucopia. So finds a teleporter and teleports into the spare dimension. So, get out of there. Get out of the spare dimension. Nobody wants to be there. Why are you going to go? Why do you even try a teleport? You trust a teleporter in the Hunger Games arena? That's So I thought you were smart. But you might just be a dummy. Mahiru finds a teleporter and teleports to the Garrick Monk Monastery. Why is everyone going on these teleporters? These are all bad decisions. Chiaki runs away from the cornucopia, rather. Mai runs away as well. If Gonta is an agent of chaos and their target champion is alive, Gonta reigns chaos. Tiki and Sophie fight for a bag, while Tiki strangles Sophie with the straps and runs one half of, I guess 1/4 of the total agents of chaos. I guess technically 20% of the total agents of chaos in this episode are now out, because Monophony is in this thing too. Could rain chaos on Maki this episode. There's a world where that could happen. Gonta, the actual one, gets down on one knee to propose to Angie. Angie laughs at Gonta. Wow. And continues to do so as she leaves him there. At least it's not Gonzo. Crazy Uncle Extra Large spots her most prized possession hidden amongst the supplies. She goes to grab it, but An reaches it first. Fuyuko picks up adrenaline deposits directly into a soul. Ibuki runs into the cornucopia and hides. Nofini takes a shuckle from inside the cornucopia. Himiko finds a torn photo of Masaru within her pocket. The word friend scribbled on the back. Tenko takes a running start, and Superman punches Maki's skull clean off of her body. She said, yeah, take me out. My championship is still safe today, baby. Murakata throws a hatchet into Chihiro. Yikes. Rest in peace, Chihiro. Murakata, you're not a hatchet user, you're more of a sword guy, my guy. Come on, that's the wrong weapon. You know, if this were Fire Emblem, you know that ain't the same thing. You know the effectiveness is different. Jotaro runs over from the cornucopia. Von Karma finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Nefa runs away from the cornucopia as well as the Yoyam, our boy, finds a canteen full of water. Ranmaru finds a teleporter, teleports him to the spare dimension. Why is everyone jumping on these teleporters? Huh? It's clearly a mistake. Mikon spears Sato in the abdomen. Castro storms over from the cornucopia, so does Kotoko. Miss Maiko comes to the arena to capture a dangerous killer that has escaped from insane asylum. Yehoda runs away from the cornucopia. Aiba was forced to come from the deepest pits of hell. I'm sorry, the deepest bits of this underworld and is not happy for it. Sumugi rides into the arena, and Monica runs away from the cornucopia as we proceed. It is day 1. Kotoko investigates the school grounds looking for clues. Sarah receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a sword! I feel like Sarah with a sword just feels correct. Does it feel right to you guys too? Lenny joins the balloon protection squad. Lenny, I'll fight you. Gonta kills a Mahiru, then revives her as an unended minion. Chisa feigns death, but Gonta sees right through it and kills her. Okay, both of the Gontas are very bloodthirsty, apparently. If Sakura is an agent of Chaos and their target champion is still alive, Chaos reigns. If it's not, Kiro asks for his partner's axolotl, and she gets confused. Where's that team synergy, baby? Where's the synergy? Camilla is attacked by a Komodo dragon, killed, dies from the injuries. Why is there a Komodo dragon here in the first place? Yeah, I wonder. And I wonder. Miss Maiko receives a gift from a secret admirer, rather. It's repulsive, it's disgusting, but it was from me. Teru uses the spell to suck the intelligence out of Castorus, but the spell doesn't work because there's nothing to suck out. Fuiko asks for my soundboard and grants it and holds an epic dance party. What kind of dance party we gonna hold out here? You know what? A little throwback, huh? Hey. We'll play this little round, you know what I'm saying? Because gaming, Mikon, Ryoma, and Rantaro have an incredible dance party. They're jamming out to that Iris track. They're hitting that invincible rainbow arrow dance. The rating pistol rates Von Karma 84 points. Respectable. Reiko receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. Klee is working on an ad that'll appear in the next Hunger Games episode. Pandrel, reminisce about season 4. Mahiru. Nope, Masaru falls into a pit but somehow lives. Ranmaru creates his own superior identity and enlists Ibuki as a sidekick. Anefa trips comically on a comically placed banana peel and falls off of a cliff. She does not survive. Tiki works for Avi's Wares and Despairs and is sick and tired of so many people defecting to Yoko's and burns it down, which is perfect for the episode. Burn Yoko's items and misfortunes to the ground. Burn it down. Then Tinko brought insurance just last week. Okay. Tsubasa starts to write a novel. Will she ever finish it? Leon uses the spell to suck the intelligence out of Sumugi, but the spell fails because there's nothing to suck out. Izio tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Munakata works at Yoko's, which happens to be hiring. Himiko is horrified when Kibo goes to a job interview for her. Yehoda wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. An sits down next to Yehoda and has a talk with her. Listen here. Mizuki XL does not like Panette. She's gonna bark at her now. Bark, woof, woof. Crazy Hulk Extra Large asks if she can be in the World Pancake Championship Invitational. To that I say, girly? Nah. Chiaki and Miss Maiko awkwardly kiss under the mistletoe. Monofony doesn't want to live on this planet anymore. Rating pencil rates Nagito 57 points. Mai confesses how much she is going to be. Kizzy runs away crying. Aiba sips on apple cider. Moko, Cassius, Andy do the torture dance whilst torturing Nightwing. So, Monica, hold on, intervention for my pancake addiction? Oh my gosh! But they're doing things the right way. They all give me a whole bunch of pancakes. You know, that warms my heart. They enable my addiction that I don't have. And for that, they all get entry into the World Pancake Championship match. So, Monica, Aika. Very good. As Dottore tells Jotaro that he is not a clown with the entire circus, and Azuru bashes the TV head, and we applaud him for that. We only lost 10 people. You know, I gotta go listen to this song again, actually, because it's giving me real nostalgic vibes, low-key. Anywho, it's a Claire de Lune 4. Hit it. Kazuichi, Sonia, Burnus, Sophie, Maki, Chihiro, Sato, Chisa, Camilla, Anafa. See everybody's statuses, huh? We move on. How many people in this thing? I just put the notebook right in front of the screen. 55 people remain. Which means we must go on. Shall we? Yeah, let's do it. We have all 55 people left. There's been no arena events. Only 10 people perished. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Let's do it. All of Mystery Inc. still in. Keep in mind, we could have back-to-back imposter wins. As we proceed, there was no new imposter team this time either. You guys have a week to catch up. But if you fail all of them again, you're gonna have three imposter teams to deal with next time. That's gonna be tough. Proceed to see. 9-1. Hero challenges AV in Battleship. Wait, Hero saying you know what? He is the Mafia's consigliere. I guess he on that stuff. I guess he know what he talking about. Fine, okay, you know what? That's okay. He's learned, you guys. He's learned. He had a 30% chance to beat me. Let me see. This is what I'm talking about, though. Mahiru and Angie, the rest of this event is not welcome in a school environment. If Sakura is the agent of chaos or Munakata is the agent of chaos, chaos reigns with their target champion still alive. Not the case. So Monofony and Kibo have a pose off. Kibo wins. I think this is still possible with Chisa and So, who is still in. So Shin, you know what I'm talking about? Yoda throws a knife into Von Karma's chest. AV breathes. And Monica suddenly falls over dead. Ryoma gets killed and replaced by a realistic God image. Panette catches Tenko with a giant box of commonplace banana peels. Oh my goodness. AV the ultimate jinx. That's me. I'm just gonna start embracing it. Maybe I'll get a shirt that says the ultimate jinx. Comments on what Chiaki is doing. Izuyoi walks up to Chiaki and says, "That's rough, buddy." Kizzy, yes, queen. Teru throws a dance party as well. Invites Gonta, Naito, and Tsumugi. This one doesn't go as well, though, because they argue over what should be blasted into the speakers. It should be Invincible Rainbow Arrow. You know what I'm talking about. Moko and Klee get lost in the coldest part of the arena. Monica, Ranmaru, and Castor spend all night making a treehouse together. The end product is not very good. Knowing these three, yeah, probably not. Castors can't touch nobody. Ranmaru, he's a little too emo for this, and Monica's probably actively trying to sabotage the treehouse. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Hey, but they worked on it together, and that's the important thing, right? Wrong. Izuru fires a truth bullet at Rantaro. Rantaro, however, pulls out an Uno reverse card, causing the truth bullet to change directions, exposing his lies and piercing his heart. Ibuki latches on Lini's back and blows herself up to try and protect Totore. The attack works and Lenny is blown to smithereens as Miss Maiko works for both AV's wares and despairs and Yoko's items and misfortunes because they are extreme debt. Sarah cuts off both of Jotaro's arms. Well, let's see if he lives. Reiko challenges Tiki to a dance-off. Tiki absolutely dominates. Masaru sneaks into the back room of Yoko's, but it gets unknowingly seen by An, an employee of the store who locks the door behind him. Accuses AV of not being the real AV? Me? I would never. So I told AV to put Gonta in the World Pancake Championship match. I'll do it for The Rock. Oh my gosh, wait, this is imposter Gonta. Okay. Okay. If this happens before Imposter Gonta is revealed, then it'll be Imposter Gonta in there. Otherwise, it'll be the actual character. As we move on. Nightwing is killed by Crazy Yoko Extra Large before she can go to the plane meeting she had with Hutao. Tragic. Toko finds a virus in the simulator and exterminates it. Pandreo brags to so about the 70 alternate accounts that he's got. Mizuki Extra Large actually burns down AV's wares and despairs. But Mizuki, it was an accident. Mizuki and I, we kind of actually do go way back at this point. Mikan threatens Leon in fluent Japanese. Fuyuko's plagued by a recurring nightmare. Himiko accidentally sticks her hand in the campfire she made. Gaming rests in a fruit tree. Cassius shakes that tree, but it also causes Gaming to fall to his death. But he gets some delicious fruit. So I told Avi to put Iba in the World Pancake Championship match. I do it for The Rock. I do it for The Rock. This event has been in here for so long, and it's really never come up. But the fact that it's come up twice now, which is kind of crazy. Tsubasa rather goes directly to jail. Get her out. She ain't do nothing wrong. Name me one time Tsubasa's ever done anything wrong. Don't, if she has. I have not experienced it on my 100-line adventure, because Tsubasa don't never do nothing wrong. And Miss Maiko uses all of her mana coins about AV's wares and the spares for the day. Well, that was the night, because the day is here. As Leon sleeps the entire day, away from everyone else, Moko hands invitations to Miss Maiko and Dottore to her birthday party. They both tear up the invitation before her eyes, so Moko tears them to shreds, and if anyone could do it in this game, I believe in Moko. Gonta finds Shuichi's head and puts it on. Nagito catches So off guard and kills him. Rest in peace. Champions are all down at this point, so nobody can cash in. We are guaranteed a normal episode. As Sarah is theorizing how best to counter AV's jinx, Tinko declares her support for the entourage. Jack, get her. Cassie drives up to Makidonald's, wants an ice cream machine. Fortunately, the ice cream machine was working. It always works if Cassie is bright, because he's that guy. He sees the true nature of all ice cream machines. Yasuhiro traps himself and bleeds out. Masaru hangs on missiles in the arena. Gonta is trapped in a box of deadly poison every hour. Is he dead or is he alive? It's Schrodinger's Gonta. As Jotaro does a kickflip, fails the landing, falls flat on his face. Chiaki missed about season 4. Jotaro rings. There's no caller ID on his phone. It's ringing. It's Mikan insulting him on the other line, on the other side. Mizuki Extra Large is an employee of AV's Wares and Despairs, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid. Ryoma? Ah, yeah, man, that's our Kang. Range Whistle rates Kibo, 13 points. Monica goes hunting, brings up Extra Large on, and Monofini get into a fight. Monofini triumphantly kills them both. That's a 7er. Oh no. Munakata was being a clown. Hutao wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else, and we are gathered here today to remember our dear comrade. In honor of her sacrifice, all events should hold for half a day as the nations mourn her passing. Oh, Kissy. Actually, Kissy, we have something that we can play for you that would be more beneficial. Oh, Kissy. We'll never forget. Step and come all my way to the station. The cloud is now my station. Something like that, you know? That's for you, Kissy. Man, I miss her already. Now again, my friend got herself a boy. And you know, it don't bang quite as hard as Invincible Rainbow Arrow, but you know what, Kizzy, it still bang. Klee works for AV's Wares and Despairs and is sick and tired of so many people defecting that she burns it down. Hey, thank you for getting the theme right, Klee. And who better? None better than Klee, you better believe. Huh, Yehodo, who works there, got insurance just last week. Yehodo, how could you? Unfortunately, Aiba, Reiko, Miss Maiko, Katoko, Himiko all got burned alive. Klee says, that's a win for Klee. Teru almost fell off of a cliff, but is able to earthbend his way to safety. Pandora helps at an ice cream shack. Tiki comes and buys some. It was delicious. Sakura and me, we go way back. As Mai searches for all the AV clones that she hasn't met yet, Casters, Panette, and Fuiko discussing killing life so far. Renmaru begs for Tsumugi to kill him. She refuses, keeping Renmaru alive, and that brings us to a spherical Izue in the end of our round. An increase of what? 130% from our That's the last round. We've dropped from 53. I'm sorry, we dropped from 55 after this. Claire de Lune 4. Mahiru. Angie. Von Karma. Monica. Izuru. Ibuki, Lenny, Nightwing, Gaming, Tsubasa, Maiko, Dottore? So, Tenko, Hero, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, On, Kizzy, Aiba, Reiko, Miss Maiko, Katoko, Himiko. Huh. Oh, some weird images, but I digress. We'll see everybody's status is still. We're down in an earlier round. I guess we're down technically in a later round, as we got 32 competitors still in it. But who's gonna win it? We gotta go on and finish it. Whole of the first row is gone, and that's our champions and our 2 sets of Agents of Chaos. They were not having this kind of day. But 32 remain. Let's see how much closer we get to the end of this thing as we proceed tonight 2 as Tiki challenges AV in Battleship. Tiki, okay, look. Yeah, I don't know how they keep beating me in Battleship. I am a king of Battleship. Go and think of a space on the board right now. Just go and place your Battleship somewhere. C8, boom, got him. Gone. I just sunk your Battleship. But I couldn't sink Tiki's apparently. I guess you know what, she's got more experience than I do in wars. Munakata gets distracted. Maki grabs Mizuki extra large by the throat. Starving Gonta trades nearly half of his supplies for Ryoma's loaf of bread. Nagito punches Yehoda, who inexplicably shatters like glass. Oh. Nagito knows that when things break, things shatter. Rest in peace to Yehoda. Oh boy! Monica tries to stay up all night to catch a mastermind but falls asleep. Mikan tucks Cassius in bed and gives him a good night kiss. Fuiko walks barefoot across the carpet of Legos, going against all logic and pain. He powers through and reaches the other side. Once you reach the other side. I think we've had that event in before that song reached that kind of popularity. Fascinating. Not to say that the other side is wasn't already a common phrase. Gonta loves Hutao as much as Maki loves Kaito, huh? Blooming relationship. Mai's allergies keep her up all night. You know what? She's got butterflies. Man loves bugs. Connections. As Izuo finds a bigger button, decides to leave it be. Pandreo gets thought they caught a glimpse of the elusive Mama Kuma? He was just seeing things, right? I sure hope so. Wait, Mama Kuma? A MILF? I've certainly said this before, but I have to say it every time. Jotaro tells Clea that it's great as just you, me, and this brick wall you built between us. Former tag team champions. At one point, these two. Thinking quickly, Monofini constructs a homemade gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Alright then. Mocha's sick and tired of the rivalry between Avi's and Yoko, so she burns down both of the stores. There's also, look, everyone's got the theming right. However, Mocha, you can't live for that. You're goner. Rest in peace. Bang, 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 bang. Castro challenges Avi in Battleship. Okay, why? Okay. Hear me out. I want you, so look, everybody who's watched these episodes pretty frequently knows that it's usually like an 80-20 split. I usually win Battleship all the time. I'm the Battleship king. Everyone's sinking my Battleship today. It's a 6. We rolled a 6 today. It's a bad omen. Samugi feels himself developing a crush for Rantaro. Chiaki severely injures Leon, puts him out of his misery. Sarah sends for tables. Masaru doesn't understand why. Kibo takes power, 247 million perish. I kind of believe that. I don't know if Kibo would be a good leader. But you know what? We definitely would have had worse. We currently do. Renmaru is gentle with Sakura. I hate that. Where in the world is Teru? Panette dyes her hair green, and that brings us to day 3. As Mikan throws sand in the eyes of Jotaro, causing Jotaro to temporarily go blind. So does Jotaro now have no arms and is blind? Poor kid. Question mark? Kid? Yeah, kid. By definition, I think. Pandreo impales Chiaki with a machete. Mizuki extra large gets her hand caught, stuck in a can of Pringles. Gonta smells a rat. Munakata tells Panette that he is a cardboard clone of Munakata created by Avi. You know, who knew? Everyone knows that I have the power to create millions of Munakata clones made of cardboard. Rantaro confesses how much he has come to hate Nagito. Nagito says, well, the feeling's mutual. Ryoma sees a completely pale Clea washed ashore, unmoving, revived over Raja with CPR. Monofini panders to the audience. Sakura begs for Mai to kill her. She refuses, keeping Sakura alive. Cass hears some business about season 1. Sarah can see the end of the horizon. Hatsune Miku? Hutao fights a Yeti on top of Gold Forge Mountain. Surprisingly, they don't just survive, they win. Well, she probably used Pyro. Effective against, cryo. she had the advantage. I don't know if it was surprising, you know what I mean? Masaru has balloons, Teru comes along and pops them. Monika's confused why there's a pink Home Depot in the arena. You and me both, I never found out why. Rating Pistol rates Fuyuko 84 points. Izue is not funny, he's never been funny, never will be funny. He usually is pretty serious. Samugi. Ask me, hey, AV, can I be in the World Pancake Championship match? And I say, hey, Samugi. No. Castorus and Kibo play tic-tac-toe on an image of Tiki's forehead. Gonta is sick and tired of playing nice, and Gonta turns heel, and Ranmaru drinks cactus juice and starts to hallucinate, bringing us to the day's end when we only lost 4 on this day. Brings us to 28 after this. Claire de Lune, 4. Yehoda. Moko. Leon. Chiaki. And that was the first time I fat-fingered both of the buttons at the same time. I digress, though. We'll see everybody's statuses. Only 4 more perished. We got a couple full teams still in, but really just a couple. What is it? Just As Told by Ginger? Exotic Animals, Wolfpack, Racket of Psalm, Anything for Her, and Little Demons. I think we have 5, maybe 6 teams completely in. We'll see who wins. It don't take a full team to win. Anybody who's got 1 left. Yo, what is Mystery Inc. doing down here? That's crazy work. Anyway, we'll proceed, and we will see Night 3 begins with Sarah burning it down. AV's worse than despairs? Sarah, what you doing? She said it was an accident, that's fine. Izzy said he saw her do it on purpose, though? Deliberately burn it down? Well, I believe Sarah. She's sharpshooting, steel-minded big sister Sarah, here to save you. Of course I believe her. You know what I'm talking about. Cleve sings a romantic song to Gonta. How sweet. Avi remarks how Mizuki Extra Large is how well she's doing. Suddenly, Panette dies instead, and oh yeah, it's opposite day. Who would have thunk? I forgot about it. Forget about it. Ranmaru, Teru, and Rantaro spend the night making potions. Cassius starts a fire. Yo, see, look, everyone's burning it down tonight. Monica fiercely shakes up a can of soda, pops its hat, blasts it into Masaru's face. That sounds like the two of their friendship. Castorus falls into a pit and dies. Kibo, Monophony, Pandreo ambush Mai, but Mai is able to fend them off using only a broomstick. Tiki threatens Ryoma in fluent Japanese. Fuyuko buys a D to a house. He can have parties every week, baby. Munakata starts mass producing mistletoe. Is that a threat? Not during this time of the year. Sakura, Hutao, and I almost said Tsugami. Samugi. Have a scrum with Nagito, Mikan, and Jotaro over which is better, Avi's Wares and Despairs. Hey, I'm not even gonna say the name of that treacherous other store. The answer's obvious here. It's Avi's Wares and Despairs. Boom, baby. Gonta finds a Dark David in the arena and it attacks him and bites him straight through his heart, killing him. Oh boy, Gonta, that's hey, but your imposter friend is still in here. As Kibo rushes in a free tree. Gonta takes Munakata to Suplex City. Mai investigates the school grounds looking for clues. Sarah receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Tiki's been so fast she becomes a human Beyblade. Samugi also beats up a Yeti, which is crazy to me. Whenever I see this, I imagine that, you know that one, like, ski-free game? Like that old, like, snow, like, boarding game, and at the end you have to, like, dodge the Yeti, or the Yeti will, like, come and just, like, destroy your snowboarder. That reminds me of this. Mizuki Extra Large sees a completely pale Fuyuko wash ashore, unmoving, revives him with CPR. Klee and Masaru have picking on a cliff. Klee then uses this chance to push him off of that cliff. Klee's been a menace today, actually. Mikan hands Rantaro and Nagita invitation to her birthday party. They both tear up the invitation before her eyes. Pandreo's phone rings. There's no caller ID when he picks it up. It's just Teru on the other line insulting him. Hutao, Ryoma, Cassius successfully ambush and kill Monophony, Izuyoi, and Sakura. Jotaro finds the remains of a Viking ship. Yikes, this is a whole successful ambush here. Well, Cassius was on the side, because yeah, of course it was going to be successful. 1,000,000%. Monica, 13 points, rating pistol. And Ranmaru soars to greatness on stolen wings. Unfortunately, that greatness is hitting the top of the arena border, and he does indeed perish. We lost quite a few this round. 8. But that brings us down to 20 even as our game starts to come to a close with this Claire de Lune 4. Panette, Castorus, Gonta, Masaru, Monophony, Izuyoi, Sakura, Ranmaru. Well, 20 left. Little Demons completely in. Shrimp Fried Ice has Teru Devotees with Mikon. Ryoma for Racket of Psalm. Wolfpack has Pandreo. All Grown Up has Musuki Extra Large. Reading Rainbow with Hutao. Great Anime Bake Off with My Exotic Animals completely in for good for them. Mocktails Mixtures Ice has Samugi. Override has Kibo. Pimps Mafia has Fuihiko. Divine Blades completely in as well. As Told by Ginger Sarah. Find the Traitor Nagito. And lastly is... No, not lastly. Yin Yang Yo has Gonta question mark, and Mr. Ink has Jotaro question mark. We have 2 imposter teams in the top 20. There is a 10% chance we get a back-to-back imposter win. Will that happen? I don't know. We'll see. We're about to find out together, though, as we proceed to night 4. As Ryoma severely slices Rantaro with a sword. Nagito reminisces about the year of the Aviator, the first year of on this channel. And if you go back to the year of the Aviator, so like none of this was really here. I don't think we had any lights come down. Nothing was on top of the sign, I don't think. I think it was just me and the year of the Aviator sign, and I was like, yeah, you know what, let's make this the year of the Aviator. And you know what? What a time to be alive. Kibo challenges Maki, no, Mai and Tiki. Make them, you know, if you make them combined, it's Maki, you know what I mean? World Pancake Championship match. Mai eats the most pancakes, earns entry into that World Pancake Championship Invitational. And she is not on this list yet, so go ahead in here. So is on this list. I wrote his name down twice, apparently, but you know what? Miss Mai? Get in there. Mikon finds a stereo and precious play. It plays in 6 beats. Mizuki Extra Large, Hutao, and Klee enter a scrum debate with Jotaro, Gonta, and Pandreo. They argue over who the best boy in Fire Emblem is. That is a question, isn't it? Huh. Who's even the best boy in the Fire Emblem that Monday is playing right now? I think our I think our best boy on the channel right now in that series might be Franz. But I think that's just, you know, best boy in the sense that, like, he is a boy who does very well for our team. I'll think about that. Cassie sings Monica a lullaby. Sarah buys a plush of Fuihiko and cuddles with him. At long last, Teru has finished their novel! He will be an accomplished author. Samugi gets a hold of AV soundboard, struck down for playing copyrighted music, and Munakata is killed by a bite from a black mob, but you know exactly whose fault this is. It's up to Cassius to carry their team. But it's not the feast. I was like, as the feast approaches, not yet. Tiki's hat matches very well with her giant robot. Why does Tiki have a giant robot? She is a dragon. I don't think she needs one. Mai's unknown sponsor is Asnir of the 39th Dimension. Monica creates her own superhero identity and lists Gonta as her sidekick. Teru dyes his hair gold. Sarah sees Nagito holding a meeting with Ryoma, Samugi, and Klee. Jotaro freaks out completely upon seeing a painting of dogs playing poker. Pandreo attacks Cassius with Fuihiko and protects him, killing Pandreo. Kibo gets a hold of my soundboard and plays I Want It That Way. Tell me why. Mizuki Extra Large decides to lend Avia hand kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena, and Mikon shows Hutao her murder list. At the top is Hutao's name, and it's in bold too. I guess we'll play this. As we come to a close with these 3. It's a terrible turnabout. A saddest of all moments. They didn't want it this way. Rantaro, Munakata, Pandreo. It was tragic that they fell like this. It happens to the best of them. It happens to all of them, except for one of them, or 2 of them, or it could happen to all of them in Brand Steel. But nobody really wants it that way. Tell me why. Okay, anyway. Are you guys ready? We gotta continue. There are not that many people left, right? 17? Yeah, we just lost 3 and we had 20. You know which 3 we just lost. We'll see how it all plays out. Cassius holds on for the Divine Blades. Exotic animals still have Tiki, and Wolfpack are completely out now. So, let's see how it all plays out. As we go on, Teruto edits the description of this video. Get your hands out of my video. Clea has the whole world in her hands. And Nagito rests in a fruit tree. Fuyuko violently shakes that tree to retrieve the fruit. It causes Nagito to fall on top of him, killing them both. And they are both out of this one. Yikes. My gosh. Jotaro receives Yakiniko from an unknown sponsor. Kotoko rather, introduces Gonta to her long-lost twin, Kotoka. We got there. You ever just go feral? Kibo did, and now Monika's dead because of it. I didn't know robots could go feral. I thought they just malfunctioned. Samugi, I'm sick and tired. Okay. We need to talk about this. This is, what? Is this the 4th person who's beaten me in Battleship today? This is unheard of. I ain't never had this many people beat me in Battleship in one episode. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, they got the better of me. Oh my gosh, 1 or 2 people. Who would have done? Ha 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 ha. This is not okay. I'm gonna have to do something about this. This might mean war. Huh. What is it good for? Sinking battleships is what it's good for. If I lose in Battleship one more time this episode, I swear to you, I'm going to lose my mind. Respectfully. And then I will lose my mind disrespectfully. So, to all the tributes who are still here, I hope you hear under the void of my voice. Do not beat me in Battleship again, or the consequences will be dire. Okay, well, let's continue. Mikan can't decide whether Sarah should live or die. Ryoma punches Mizuki Extra Large, who inexplicably shatters like glass. Ryoma now knows that when things break, things shatter. Only in me. Hutao and Cassius work on building a shelter that Hutao secretly rigs with explosives. When Mai and Cassius go to sleep, she sneaks out and detonates the bombs as Tiki screams into the void, and that's another 2 gone, and that might be enough for the feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families as Kibo kills Gonta with his own weapon. Gonta, imposter, is gone. Ryoma, Teruteru, and Hutao start fighting, but Teruteru runs away as Ryoma kills Hutao. Rest in peace to who. Clee decides not to attend the feast. Tiki, if she's the agent of chaos, which she's not, everything's fine. Samugi attacks Sarah, but Mikan protects her, killing Samugi. And Jotaro bleeds out due to untreated injuries as well. No imposter will win today. As we go on again, we will proceed. That does bring us down to your final 7, I think. Teruteru and Kibo fight Mikan and Sarah. Teruteru and Kibo survive. Well, now we are even further into the episode. In fact, I think we're down to your final 4. Looking forward as Clea receives fresh fruit from a mysterious man dressed as a wizard. Let Tiki cook. And we are gathered here today to remember our dear comrade. In honor of his sacrifice, all events should halt for half a day as the nation mourns his passing. In fact, he is not the only one that we mourn. 12 others fell along with him, including Nagito, Fuyuhiko, Monika, Mizuki Extra Large, Mai, Cassius Bright, Gonta, Hutao, Samugi, Taro, Mikan, Sarah. And that is so unfortunate. But it's not the end of our episode, but it does bring us down to your final 4. As you see here by my statuses, you know what it's time for. You need to make some new picks. You were waiting for this moment, but now you're at your final 4, so how about we make those saving grace picks? Final 4. Let's look at the statuses here. Clee has had a massive game for the little demons. She went on a little bit of a rampage, and she kept on doing her killing thing. She set some things on fire. She did her thing, and you know what? I appreciate her. Shrimp Fried Ice. Teruteru is holding down the fort as well. He's got 2 KOs under his name. Will he bring his team back up to fame? Get the victory tonight. Exotic Animals. Tiki's holding on for Gin and Rantaro. Kenshi dragging up to crush her foes. And lastly, the only brand new team that's still in right now, Override. Can Kibo do it for the bots? Can he is the real question. We're gonna find out tonight. These are your final four. Make your save and grace picks if you made it this far. And in the comments, get in there. Yeah, and make your picks for first, second, third. I will make mine as well. And if you have not already liked the video, go ahead and like it so I can, you know, look that YouTube algorithm in the face and say, ha, check this out. I've done it again. Anywho, final four. Klee, Teru, Tiki, and Kibo. I think Klee is gonna win this game. I think she's got momentum. She's got kills on her side. I got her there. Tiki, I think she's gonna be so close but so far, and then she's gonna get burnt down by the Pyro Gremlin. And for third, I'm gonna take Teru, which means Kibo's probably gonna win because I am, hello, the ultimate Jinx. We'll see if that actually plays out, but it is your final four, and inside of your final four, something we like to call, you know, Klee, Teru, Tiki, and Kibo being caught in a crisis. Of fate. Are you ready? Let's do it. Final four, man, there's a lot of things over there, but I digress. We proceed, and we see that Teru poisons Tiki's drink, she drinks it and dies. Kibo gets a hold of my soundboard, struck down within an hour for using copyrighted music, and Klee receives spaghetti from no sponsor. Hey, do you like your spaghetti? Are you ready? Do you got your spaghetti? Do you enjoy spaghetti? She does. We're at your final three now. It's Teru, it's Kibo, and it's Klee. As we proceed, it comes down to two. Teru, and Klee. As Kibo accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it, we will go down to your final two after this final terrible turnabout of the episode 4. Tiki, Kibo. Are you ready? They're both right next to each other too. That's kind of crazy. I don't even need to like stop and wait. You know what I'm about to ask you. I'd ask you every single episode, unless I don't because it ends abruptly. Just who will it be? Klee, Teru. Both of these teams have gotten wins in the past before. Teru wants to do it for Miss March 7th, for Miss Aiba. You told me that a shrimp fried this ice? No, it was Teru and his team. Who do you got? Is it Teru or is it Klee, who's been a dominant and chaotic force, a real pyro gremlin this game? Will she win for her other little demons in Monica and Paimon to make it to the finale? We'll just have to wait and see, but we want to wait too much longer because it's either going to be Klee for the little demons, Teru for shrimp fried ice. It could be both, or it could be neither. So, call it now, because as I click proceed, this game only ends with one fate and one fate alone. The truth behind the ending of this game is that Klee says, "You've stepped up to the wrong pyro gremlin. I need no vision to defeat you today." Stabs Teru during this knife fight, but he recovers. He slices over at Klee. She's able to dodge out of the way, and while he's off balance, Klee pushes him right off of a cliff. She did it for her traveling chief that's on her team. I guess she also did it for Monica, but at the end of the day, she did it on her own. With their back against the wall, she still stood tall as your winner. And my pick for Saving Grace picks, so you know, everybody who's like, AV done jinxed her, look at yourself in the mirror right now and say, well, you know what? I guess he can't jinx everybody. Not every single time, not today. Klee made sure that wasn't going to be the case because she is your winner and heading to the finale. From Little Demons with Little Demons, Klee takes the win. Woo! All right, that is our show. That is our episode as we proceed. Clea with a big old W. 7 KOs. She had a game. I'm pretty sure that is the most this episode. Ryoma very close with 6. Teru was in 2nd place. Kibo 3rd. Tiki 4th. Ryoma 5th. Sarah 6th. Mikon 7th, Jotaro 8th, Samugi 9th, Hutao rounding off your top 10. That is our game tonight. What a time to be alive. Anywho, all the way back down there to Kazuichi in 65th place. We will proceed once again, and we had Kazuichi throwing that beehive. The Clea who, burned down Yoko's. Pushed Masaru off a cliff. This isn't even the first time she pushed somebody off of a cliff. Clea went kind of crazy this episode, and you know what? Gotta respect her for it. She recognized game. She didn't try and beat me in Battleship either, so you know what? That's good on me. Had 7 KOs, Ryoma had 6, Hutao had 5, Cassius and Kibo with 4, 3 for Naito and Teru, everyone else with 2 or less. Little Demons took that big victory. Shrimp Fried Ice in 2nd, and Override rounds off your top 3. That was our episode, and what a show it was as we go back to the reaping one more again. Little Demons make the bracket, and just as importantly, you probably got a couple clues, try and figure out who those imposters are. Make sure to go into the link below to make your imposter picks known. That being said, tonight is Fracture. We got ourselves a little bit of a show. In case you didn't know, we have 2 #1 contenders tag team matches ahead on our show, because next Friday is actually Black Friday, and it is the start to the countdown to Fistmas, and there will be titles galore. It's a little bit of a gold rush that night, so be sure to be there. Also, after March 7th getting in Sakura and Arrow's face and beating Arrow, almost, pile driving Arrow relentlessly into the mat, Sakura and Arrow will go up against March 7th and a partner of her choosing in tag team action tonight. But that's not the only big tag team match. Kyutaro and Amon, the challengers, versus Makoto and Mondo, the champions, will take place in the main event tonight, because next week it will be Makoto Naegi versus Kyutaro Burger Berg one-on-one for the AWE Championship. Amon will go one-on-one with Mondo for the All-Star Championship. And hey, it's gonna be a good time. Plus, we got Marin's Open Challenge. We got a whole bunch of other things still left on this show, and it's gonna be a great show tonight. You ain't gonna wanna miss it. I'm excited. Excited to say the least. Until then, good luck, Dirk. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. And until then, Toodaloo Flight Crew, thank you for watching.